Alright, well, it looks like this week we will have another balance patch, and this week two implants are going to be nerfed or changed, the focused crystal and the support projection. So let's quickly take a look at the preview here. So implant adjustment preview. Dear Capsuleer, with implants available for usage, many Capsuleers have devoted themselves to studying how to use them in different situations and created an abundance of practical tactics. Combat environments and fittings vary, and so do implant capabilities and their branches, which makes various combinations. This amplifies our core design purpose to bring variety and playability to combat. At the same time, this places great demands on maintaining a delicate balance of the implants. Since the launch, we have received a lot of suggestions regarding the implant balance. We have made slight adjustments and fixed some bugs, but there is no absolute balance since there is a huge difference between implant capabilities. Issues regarding support projection and focus crystal urgently require improvement. Oh well. Oh boy, well, let's take a look at what they did here. About support projection, implants that sacrifice firepower for support and control capabilities to make it less easy for the ship to be destroyed when encountering a professional support projection team with low firepower. We have incorporated an immune system that functions similarly to automatic defense implants. Okay. How we will adjust support projection. When attacked by electronic jamming warheads, the ship's electronic system will enter an emergency adjustment state and be immune to more electronic jamming within 10 seconds. About focus crystal, implants suitable for persistent battles against large ships and structures, taking the large pulse laser as an example. The initial fire interval of 7.85 seconds can obtain 2 focus effect levels and achieve its peak in about 3 minutes. It was initially designed that the focus effect would be removed upon switching targets. However, after testing under multiple combat scenes in New Eden, we discovered that the application for the focus crystal is very limited, so we did not implement this setting. This causes new problems. Focus crystal give out performance in battles within balanced performance in battles within 3 minutes. Okay. However, its damage bonus becomes too high when the battle exceeds 3 minutes, and the longer the battle, the higher it gets. Way higher than any other implant. Common PvE battles usually take more than 3 minutes, which makes focus crystal the most popular implant. Of course, that was to be expected. Eclipsing other weapon systems, after taking everything into consideration, we decided to extend the time for its firepower to peak and reduce its maximum damage bonus. Okay, well, I think this one has been quite anticipated. How we will adjust focused crystal. Each attack passive effect gains 1 more focus effect level. It used to be 2, now it's 1, so basically a 50% nerf. Reutilization level 15 reduces remote shield booster activation time by 0.2% per level of focus crystal. The old effect was to increase the automatic recovery speed of shields. Crystal reinforcing level 30 increases the maximum focus level from 15 to 90. This used to be 100, so again it's also nerfed. Rapid charge level 30 increases the focus effect level gained on every hit by 2. This was at 3, so again a good nerf on that one. After adjustments, the focus crystal is still the most suitable implant for persistent battles under various battle scenes in New Eden, since it deals greater and more persistent damage than any other implant, which doesn't falter its initial design purpose. When fighting with enemies with high agility, there might be better choices other than the focus crystal, since its focus effect can be easily interrupted. The above issues regarding support projection and focus crystal have too much impact on New Eden. We will adjust the balance of the two as soon as possible to ensure they won't be overpowered while maintaining their distinctions. we will continue to observe the performance after the update. Oh man, well, they sure don't want to nerf the 50,000 DPS Macarials. Well, my Macarial still has like 16,000 DPS, so yeah, that's going to stay in the game for a while, I guess. In addition, we also noticed that some other implants still have room for improvement. For example, the sniping technology and barrage repression deal high critical damage but lack endurance. The automatic defense is low in damage and incapable of providing sufficient support capability. The duration of high power call is low. We will gradually optimize the setting of all the implants in the balance adjustments and daily updates to perfect the entire implant system and enrich the battle in New Eden. Oh man. Well, I guess my barrage implant might get buffed actually. So overall, all jokes aside, I think that the nerf was already anticipated. After all, it's no secret that the Apocalypse Striker can reach like 60,000 DPS. Back in the day when the Focus Crystal was very, well, let's say very new, and the Apocalypse Striker was able to unleash like 20,000 DPS. So I guess the overall nerf is okay. And if you ask me, I would actually nerf it even more. Not only one implant. Oh no, I would nerf all implants, including the barrage implant. Now, in the like last couple sentences there, they did talk about, well, basically saying some of the disadvantages of some of the implants, which means that they might buff them. So, I mean, you already can see me fly the Macarial or Cinnabar with the barrage implant, and I mean there is no secret that I delete ships very quickly with those two angel ships. So one thing that I see happen, they might actually extend the ammunition on the barrage by, let's say, by plus 20 or plus, I don't know, 15. So if my Macarial has like 65, it will have 70, or it will have like 85 or 90. The Cinnabar will have from 45, perhaps 60 or 70, so the duration of the barrage implant might be increased. As for the sniping technology, well, we all know that the Dramiel, the anti-interceptor Dramiel that used to be parked on every entry to nullsec or lowsec in the whole game, because you were able to easily kill incoming, or should I say, well, yeah, incoming interceptors that warp to the gate. You were able to you had a good chance to kill them, and I have seen some very tasty interceptor kills made by Dramiels. I believe that was kind of fixed in one of the recent updates where they have adjusted some of the jumping mechanics. I have no idea what they have adjusted. It feels the same to me. I did not see any difference, but they did some voodoo magic on that, I believe. So that is one thing that is fresh. Now, they haven't mentioned thermal circulation, which is interesting, because I think the thermal circulation does kind of need a buff if you want to use it for, let's say, for DPS. After all, you have to wait for quite a while in order to gain the extra DPS, and the whole effect of the DPS on the thermal circulation doesn't really last that long, because you must not overheat the implant and your turrets, because then your DPS will be significantly reduced, and you don't want to have reduced DPS in PvP. So I would say the thermal circulation can be improved, the DPS aspect of it. One thing that I don't want them to touch is the level 15 passive that can give you plus 20% extra armor resistance. That implant, I would say, is okay, and one of the best cost-effective implants in the game at the moment. You can get some extra DPS out of it, but most importantly, you get extra chunk out of your ship. So the thermal circulation is one of the better implants in terms of tanking. They haven't mentioned the pulse crystal, which is also, I would say, pretty good. Basically, the pulse crystal is known as the Balgord implant or the Blood Raider implant because it does take full advantage of the capacitor on those ships. They have the best capacitors in the game after all. And let me just quickly take a look at the implant window because I'm fairly sure that I missed a bunch of them. Of course I missed a lot of them. The high power coil, I would say the high power coil is already pretty good, so I'm not really sure why would they extend its duration time. The high power coil basically can reduce your resistance by 15%, and that can significantly improve the damage output on the target. So if you ask me, the high power coil seems to be okay. I tried out the implant on various different levels. I didn't really see any issues with the high power coil, but if I missed anything, feel free to tell me. The missile implants, well, I think most of you would agree with me that the missile implants are fun to use, but you know, perhaps a buff can be good, but at the same time, I also would say that the missiles did seem okay, especially in the future when we get a new skill that can improve the explosion velocity and explosion radius. Then the missile implant is going to wreck, and I would say the Mordo ships will skyrocket in price. Typhoons will become even more lethal, and the Ravens will also become a little bit more useful. So overall, I would say some pretty nice stuff up ahead, and basically I just wanted to talk about this little update coming up in 2 days because I think it was quite interesting. But I would also like to ask you guys what you think about this whole well, nerf or patch or whatever you wanna call it. And I'm also curious to know what you think about the other implants. What implant would you nerf? What implant would you buff? I'm honestly very, very curious to know what you think about that. But with that being said, I really hope that you guys enjoy whatever you do in the game. Doesn't matter if it's PvP or PvE. It's important that you enjoy the game. And with that being said, I love you all. Fly safe, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time.